Hi everyone, my name is Holly Conley and I'm going to give you an overview into our course Accounting 1. So right now you can see that I am in the Overview tab, which just gives us a brief narrative into what the expectations are for the course. The important part that I would say that you want to start with is going to be looking at the table of contents, and then we're going to go into each of the tabs. So we're going to start with the Start Here tab. In the Start Here tab, you're going to see a document that's titled Instructor Information. That's where your instructor's information will be, your contact information. This video is going to be under that course tour video. And there's also an orientation assignment. It's a survey is how it's set up, and you'll complete that after looking around the course a little bit. There's also a Padlet activity, which right now it's really busy, so it's not going to let us see it, but that's a place that you can post introductions into the course so that you can introduce yourself, maybe include a little bit about why you want to take accounting, things like that. As we scroll down further, we see course schedule. This is going to give you the due dates for all of your assignments. If anything is changed, that will be emailed out, but plan on these dates staying the same. Most of your due dates are going to be Sunday at midnight at the end of each week. That we do not do a chapter each week, but you can follow along with this document that will show you what you should be doing each week. Let me click on it to show you what I mean. So this document shows us the due dates for each of the assignments, and we can see also some important semester dates. So our course opened up on Saturday, 8/25, and you have until the 31st to drop it to receive a full refund. That's an important date. After that, you're required to pay 50% of the class. The other date that's really important is Saturday, November 17th. That course date is going to be the last day that you can withdraw as an official withdrawal and not receive an F grade. All right, so looking at the due dates, we can see that each of them are listed here. They're broken down by unit. Units are just broken down by the chapters. So in Unit 1, we have chapters 1 and 2. Unit 2, we have 3, 4, and 5. Unit 3, we have chapters 6, 8, and 9. And Unit 4, we have chapters 10 and 11. You will notice that for the assignments, we have a preview. That is for every single chapter. There's a LearnSmart for every single chapter. There are practice assignments. You'll see that these are optional. The reason they're optional is because you are encouraged to do them. They will help you succeed on the serial problems, quizzes, and on the exams. If you do all of the practice in each unit, you can earn 5 extra points on your exam for that unit, but you have to do all of the practice. You don't have to score perfectly in all of them, but you have to try all of the problems. You will see for some chapters it's set up practice A, B, or C. That's just the level of difficulty of the problems because the practices are set up for the entire Accounting 1 courses, whether it's online or face-to-face. All of the problems that are being asked to be completed are all the same. So the practices are optional but encouraged because they will help you succeed. Then you have a serial problem for every chapter. Quizzes. You do not have a quiz for every chapter. What you will notice is in Unit 1, for example, there are 2 chapters. You only have a quiz for the first chapter, not for the second, because at that point you'll be doing the exam. For Unit 2, you can see that we have 3 chapters. So for the first 2 chapters, you'll have a quiz, but for the third one, you won't because you'll be doing the exam at that point. All right, so due dates are very clear. They most likely will not change. If for some reason they do, I will let you know immediately. All right, so let's go back to our content. In D2L, that's the best way to click back and to see what you need to do. You're going to click into content. All right, so if we look at our content, we go down. We talked about the information in the Start Here tab. You also will see your syllabus and outline. There's the next one down is Policies and Resources. And there you can see our exam and late assignment policy. That's important to understand. There's tips on how to use D2L. We understand that it's new for everyone. It's new for us too. So this is something we're going to probably be learning together. If you have problems, I'm pretty familiar with it and willing to help, but it's definitely a learning curve for all of us. There's another link here that is a Padlet that is for helpful accounting sites that would help you. If you are struggling with the topic, you can go to those sites and it would help you be able to recognize where you can get additional help. There's also learning support. And if you click here, it shows the different sources that Delaware Tech provides to help you succeed. So please look at them and use them as needed. The next one down is Connect information. This is important. Connect is a program that's created by McGraw-Hill. It is the accompanying tool that we will use. It is where your book is located, and it is included with your registration. So for ours, we will be doing all the graded assignments in Connect. So it's important that you understand how to use Connect. There are different tabs here that will teach you information about Connect. There's a Connect Success Academy. There's registration and login information. There's information about allowing pop-ups. There's orientation videos. And then there's always Connect support. And then there's actually a Connect orientation assignment that is not a graded assignment, but it will help you become familiar with how to enter information into Connect. The next thing down are work papers. So in the Work Papers tab, these are just things that you can download. You might need them throughout the course. Just blank journal paper that we'll do journal entries in. There's a blank worksheet that you will use in Chapter 3 and 4. There's a blank T accounts, which we'll use starting in Chapter 2. And then this one is probably the most important that I'd recommend everyone print out. It's the cheat sheet for debits and credits. It's going to be your resource until you learn how accounts increase and decrease, but it's like a cheat sheet that will help you until you're comfortable. Next, you can see that we have everything broken down into units. So if I click on Unit 1, we're going to see the chapters that are included in Unit 1 pop up, and then there's also a review and exam link. So if I click on Chapter 1, we can see that there's a PowerPoint for the chapter. There's also handy sheets, which are just handouts that I would typically give in a face-to-face classroom. And then there's your Connect assignments. So any work that you have to complete in Connect, you will see under that Chapter 1 Connect assignments. And they're typically listed in the order that you should complete them. You will see that there are something called Need to Know videos. These are not graded assignments. They actually will walk you through some of the practice examples in your book. So just another resource for you to have as you're walking through and learning about each chapter. Preview Chapter 1. These are preview videos. So these are going to be something you're going to do before we cover the content in the chapter. They're going to help you get familiar with what kind of information is in the chapter and help you to prepare for what kind of material we're looking to learn. The next one down is what we call Learn Smart. Learn Smart is going to be another tool we're going to use that's very helpful. It allows you to read the content, so you can read right in Learn Smart. And then there's questions that you're going to answer for each chapter. Now for these, when it pops up, it's going to be in the reading mode. There's a button on the bottom left corner that's going to say practice. You'll enter that and that will take you into the questions. If you need help, you can click back to the reading part and it will actually highlight the area that you need for that problem or for that question. Next, you can see that we have our practice, and I said before we have practice A and B, just different levels because our face-to-face, sometimes we might be doing some of them in class, some of them for homework. With an online class, they're out there. Again, it's not a graded required assignment, but they're encouraged, and if you do complete both of them and the ones for Chapter 2 in this unit, you can earn 5 bonus points for that unit on your exam. Then we have our serial Chapter 1 problem. That's again for every chapter. And then the quiz. So those are all the graded assignments. That'd be the same for every chapter. So I'm just going to click on chapter 2 to show you the same kind of layout. We have our PowerPoint, your handouts, and then the Connect assignments. When we go into a review and exam, that tab, we can see that there's a review provided and then your exam. So your exams are in here. All exams have a time limit of 120 minutes. So that's the time limit you're going to have to be able to complete your exam. Whether it's the first one or the fourth one, they all have the same time limit, and that's standard whether it's a face-to-face, online, or a hybrid course. All right, so everything is set up the exact same way for each unit. You can see that Unit 2 is set up the same way, Unit 3, and Unit 4. I hope this gives you a little insight, and I just want to say, Connect is where we're going to be doing all of our assigned work. So I encourage you to go into Connect information and familiarize yourself with Connect and make sure that you're comfortable with it so that we can use that and be successful in the course. You are granted access automatically, so there is no code that you will have to use to gain access into Connect. It comes automatically with your registration. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, and we will work together to be successful in the course. And I wish you all the best of luck, and I hope to be working with you soon.